What's up, YouTube? Matty J back here with part 2 of the history of 10-minute tube. We left off last at the sloth pin, so I'm going to keep on moving here. Here is the I'm Killing It 2.0. Oh, another thing, this first one, which I forgot to mention in the first video, is actually, it was a limited edition of 100. We only sold 9. The rest were all given away, so it is a harder pin to find. I know, like, a lot of people do look for it. There's only 100, and only 9 were actually sold, so it's kind of hard to get. The second one, we decided to go with a different glow, and the glow-in-the-dark, starting with this one, is, like, basically radioactive. It's some of the best glow-in-the-dark I've seen on a pin. I hate to say that because it's my pin, but it really is the truth. This is a limited edition of 200. And a very limited quantity of these were actually sold as well. Off the top of my head, I want to say only about 30 of the 200 were sold. Give or take. It might have been like 35, something like that. The next couple pins, I'm going to kind of just bounce around, maybe a little bit out of order, but they're all pretty much relative to the same time period. Starting with our Vultures pin. Actually, this pin I know came out in 2012, so I know it's out of order. But anyway, this is our Vultures pin. It was a collaboration between myself and Caitlin, Jeffrey Smith, which is My Favorite Things, and our artist that we like to use a lot for different things, Matty. So this is a limited edition of 200 as well. 10-minute tube had 100, and My Favorite Things had 100. I believe My Favorite Things still has a couple of these, not many, and we've been sold out for a little while now. So if you want to get this pin, check out My Favorite Things. Then we did another pin. It's another collaboration pin. This is a rock and roll pin. 2 TV sets, 2 Cadillac cars. This was a collaboration between ourselves, the 10-minute tube, and Greg's Show of Life, and his roommate, Art, actually. And Art did the art. I remember Greg showing me a very, very rough design of this, like pencil lines at MSG 2010, and he was like, let's make this into a pin. And when I saw it, I was blown away. I was like, yeah, definitely. It's awesome. And we just kept putting it off, and finally he was like, let's just do this. And came this pin. This is a limited edition of 200, back-stamped with the numbers and everything. Then we did an owl variant somewhere along the ways. This is a blue owl. What really inspired me on this pin, there's only 100 of them, is Mr. Rogers, the owl from Mr. Rogers. That was really like one of my favorite shows when I was a kid, so I just thought it was kind of a cool idea to make a variant of that and pay some homage to Mr. Rogers, who's also from Pittsburgh, which is where 10-minute tube is based out of. Then we made our Doozer, our Mr. Minor Doozer. It says thank you on the belt there. This is a character from Fraggle Rock. We didn't have a whole lot of... Matty did the original art on this one as well, but obviously it isn't original because it's the Doozer, etc. Somewhere along the lines we made a one show at a time pin. This is a pin for clean and sober fish fans that go to the fellowship meeting, or just, you know, anybody that is going to shows sober. We made these not for profit. We sold them for cost, or cost plus shipping, whatever. Basically the point was we decided that there is no way we could make a penny off of these pins, and we stuck to that. I think actually we might have lost a little bit of money, so much so that I don't care at all. You know, that wasn't really the point. And there's been 400 of these made to date, and this first 100, this is the first batch, and this is the second batch. You can see a little bit of difference in the yellow. It's just a different pin company, and there's 300 of these ones and 100 of these. They're open edition. I would like to think that they're not necessarily a collectible pin, because I'm going to just keep making them and giving them away and selling them for cost only. So if you would ever like one of those, you know, we're just gonna keep making them. Then we did our New Year's slider here. It's a very cool pin. The ball slides. This one was actually worked on with us, and John Davis is the artist behind it. He worked on this pin, and I forgot to mention the owl and sleeping monkey. He's a graphic designer friend of mine, been a friend of mine for a while. He helped us with those. Then we liked the ball so much, and we like little pins, so we decided to make a little pin of it. And these MSG pins originally came in these little metal tins. So when you got it, you opened it up, and this was just what was inside. And there were 100 of these and 100 of these. We actually sold them before we even got to MSG. It was very cool. Here's another I'm Killing It variant. There's 200 of these. This one also glows in the dark. On to the second board. I'm going to try to go through some of these a little bit quicker here for sake of time and boringness. Here's the Golden Age Ghetto Blaster. It's a limited edition of, I want to say 300, but again, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 300. The least it is 200, and the most it is 300. We made those again with Greg's Show of Life and his roommate Art, and that is his art. Of course, you know, when I say that it's their art, I do embellish the art, etc., to make it 10-minute tubes. But Art was definitely the original designer, so to speak, for that pin. It says Age of Miracles, and the glitter blowing up like a ghetto blaster. Then we have our Iculus was here Lizard Rhombus pin. This pin is currently an open edition. There have been 300 made to date, with 100 more expected. I don't know if I'm ever going to close the edition. Probably will at some point. I can't really see it going past 500. We did another Sleeping Monkey variant. Red hat this time, and this is a limited edition of 100. And we did a variant of the rock and roll pin. Changed up the background and the Cadillac cars to blue. This is the Rock and Roll 2.0. I kind of gave all the info on the first one, so you know the process and whatnot. But this is a limited edition of 150. Then we have our ever-popular Go Fuck Yourself Fred pin. I made this pin with Page Side High, Willie and Gabe, and Caitlin, of course. And that is a limited edition of 100. This is our tube pin, our Rhinos Run from Thunder, Tigers Sleep in Lily Patches. They were originally designed to be a puzzle set, so that they actually match up together, and so that the tigers overlap on top of the rhinos. My finger's in the way, so you can't really tell. And this pin is all screen printed. The art on these, again, was from Matty, and there was only 100 made to date, but we are actually coming out with a second batch of 100 soon that will be done in a different medium. They won't be screen printed. So look forward to those. Those should be coming real soon. We did a pin with Ryan Kerrigan. It's a Steelers mandala pin. It has all the Super Bowls in the flag. You can see the goalpost. There's a lot going on in this pin. This pin is really cool. Another Killing It variant. Did a stop sign this time. This was kind of inspired by my buddy Joe. He asked if we could do one in a stop sign just to get people's attention, and we said sure. And I am actually going to stop this video once again to do a part 3. I know this is getting lengthy, however, I do have lots of information about 10-minute tube. So, if you're still with me and still watching, look for part 3. If not, We appreciate everything. See you in part 3.